So I'm 10 years old and I'm looking out my bedroom window, watching as the snow turns to rain again for what seemed like the millionth time. I Tears of frustration began to fall, and along with the raindrops outside. And I close my eyes and I allow myself to go there again. And I see the towering mountains buried in snow. And I walk amongst the buildings as the snow falls heavily around me. And I peer in one of the windows and I see a blazing fireplace. And there's a long table there with people gathered around it, and they're laughing and they're talking and they're eating delicious food, obviously before the days of COVID. I pause and I breathe in the crisp air, pine fragrant, mingled with the aroma of coffee and gourmet foods. And I smile through my tears and I feel all warm inside. Slowly, I open my eyes and I return to reality. And rising from my chair, I look around the room in this big Adirondack farmhouse. And I say to myself, I'm here. I'm actually here. I have followed my heart, foundly, to follow my heart to my dream. There's only one little problem. How was I supposed to know that 2008 would be the year that the entire country would decide to plunge into a financial recession? I had walked through the door of this home with $500 in my pocket to remodel and turn it into an award-winning bed and breakfast. And that was long since gone. And I had no financial backup plan. And it looked like the likelihood of being laid off from my new job was high. I feel the icy fingers of fear begin to tighten its grip. What have I done? I miss the safety of our little cottage back in Pennsylvania. And I hear the voices of the friends that I left behind saying, Wayne, this isn't a very wise idea. Why didn't I listen to them? Why did I ever think that I could do this? My name is Wayne Stoner, and I'm the founder of Destiny Expeditions. And that night was 12 years ago. In the past 12 years, I have tried and tested what I think of as the laws of destiny. As a result, I have discovered what I think of two pivotal foundational truths. The first one is this: there is an undiscovered greatness within the heart of all humanity. And within that greatness is written our destiny. The second pivotal truth is this: that our heart leaves clues to our greatness that, when properly understood, they become trail markers that are intended to lead us to the reason that we are alive. Another way of saying this is this: your heart knows the way to your greatness, but do you know the way to follow your heart to your greatness? I've been on this quest for over 25 years now, and I've discovered there is a universal ache, a longing within all of our hearts for greatness. And within that greatness, there's written our destiny. We see this in our movies. We hear it in our music. We read it in our books, in our stories. All of the arts express this longing, this ache within. A frustration at knowing that we're meant for more greatness than we're experiencing is very common. And I would also say that people full of great but disconnected, scattered, unclear ideas of how to make our world a better place are the norm. Napoleon Hill said that 99% of us don't know our purpose. Therefore, we have all these great ideas, but no clear path to follow to the fulfillment of them. I get it. I've been there. Maybe you can relate. So the burning question that I want to answer today is not whether our hearts know the way to our greatness. Rather, it is, do we know the way to follow our heart to our greatness? And maybe a second question is, do we trust our hearts enough to follow? You see, I knew what my greatness was as a child. I had a dream. Yet as an adult, I didn't trust that it was my destiny. Like I think most people, I thought it was kid stuff, and I left it behind and never looked back. But I ask you this: what if our childhood dreams, you know, that childhood sense of knowing what you're going to be when you grow up, What if it's not childhood fantasy? What if rather it is trail markers of our heart that is intended to lead us to why we are on this earth? Could it be that the nagging ache within, the longing within, is actually our childhood dream, inviting us to rediscover the reason we are alive? I've come to believe, as I said, that not only is there greatness within all of this, but that our hearts know the way. In other words, there is that our hearts actually have navigation built in to lead us to our greatness. So in the next 5 minutes, I want to quickly help you activate your heart's activation system that will enable you to recognize and follow those clues. I call this navigation system Quest Map. Understand that everyone can activate your personal Quest Map by understanding the laws of destiny. Now, if I was going to put these laws of destiny into a sentence that I hope you would remember and maybe even memorize, it would sound like this. Our hearts naturally know, our hearts naturally desire that which unlocks our unique design, empowers our dream, and fulfills our destiny. Now, there's 4 key elements in that sentence that I want to unpack quickly. The first is this: desire. Our hearts naturally desire. So the first step of activation of the Quest Map method is this: what is your heart truly desiring? The best way I know to help you do that is understand this. Desire answers a question, and that question is this: what do I authentically love? Or another way of saying that is, what makes me come alive inside? What I've discovered is those moments in our life when we have maybe rare moments, but the moments that we've had when we are aware we are alive. And there's a joy, a gratitude that comes deep within. Not just that you're aware that you're alive, but that you are alive. When you tap into that, I assure you that you're tapping into your true, authentic heart's desire, and it should be paid attention to. The second key element is design, unlocks our unique design. Science has well documented that we are uniquely made. There are no 2 people that are exactly alike. You are uniquely designed. Design also answers a question, and that question is this: what problem am I uniquely suited to solve in my world? Another way of saying this is hate. I don't really like the word hate, and I don't use it much, but when it comes to contrast, if our desire is what we authentically love, our design answers what we authentically or passionately hate. In other words, what do I see in my world that I really passionately dislike and wish was different? That is what your design is uniquely crafted to answer. That brings us to the third: dream. Empowers our dream. So what is a dream? The best definition I've come up with at this point in my journey is this: your dream equals solving the problem you hate by doing that which you love. You see, hate can't solve problems. It can only reveal them. Love is the only thing that truly solves problems. So your dream is your vehicle, is the vehicle that brings together the revelation of the problem that you hate by and solves it by how you're uniquely designed to solve it with your authentic love. Are you beginning to see why your world so desperately needs your dream? Number 4, quickly: destiny. Fulfills our destiny. Destiny is the state of living in the fulfillment of your dream. In other words, destiny is fulfilled or occurs when we stop dreaming about our dream and actually begin living it. So you see, our hearts are constantly giving clues to what our greatness is. And the Quest Map method enables you to recognize and follow them to the life that you are intended. So what are you waiting for? It's a cool, crisp Adirondack morning, and the aroma of fresh brewed coffee and pumpkin pecan French toast fill the air. Soon the guests will gather beside a blazing fireplace, around a long table, eating delicious food. I pause and I look out the window through the heavily falling snow, and I read the roadside sign: Snow Goose Bed and Breakfast, and I smile as I realize I am finally living my childhood dream. The next time you feel that nagging, feeling that ache within I was talking about earlier, and you experience that sense of, I know I'm meant for more greatness than this, I invite you this time to stop and realize what you are experiencing is your heart's call. And like trail markers, they are designed to lead you to the very life that you are destined to live. What you need to do now is learn how to recognize those clues and follow them to your destiny. Thank you very much for the honor of being with you today.